When looking at this piece, it appears to me that the artist has used wooden popsicle sticks in combination with hot glue to create the structural body of this piece. It also looks like the artist has used some sort of clear plastic or a vellum maybe, in which they have drawn black lines to create the skin of this piece. It appears to me to be an abstract piece made of varying pyramid or kite-like structures that have been arranged and connected in a zigzag sort of pattern. When looking at this piece, my eyes are immediately drawn to the different sections of clear plastic with the varying directions of black lines. The way the lines have been placed in conjunction with the zigzag-like shape causes my eyes to dart in a zigzag motion across the piece back and forth from the front of the piece to the back of the piece. I think that I would say the mood I get from this piece is reminiscent of an industrial art piece, with its geometric forms and harsh variances of lines used. I think that the mood of this piece was achieved from the stark contrast of the body having pieces of skin on it versus the nodules of the pyramid kite-like structures that don't have the skin on it. In addition to the variety and repetition of the lines that are on the plastic pieces. When trying to interpret the meaning of this piece, I would say that this piece seems to be a more formal piece, as it appears to be abstract and there are no social or historical reference or symbols within this piece that lead me to conclude a specific thing or meaning upon looking at the piece. As well as it appears to me that the form and the way the piece was created appears to be the most important part about the piece. When evaluating this piece, I find it interesting to look at and find that the way that the light enters the piece on the parts of the frame that have no skin, you are able to see the shadows of the geometric forms, and I feel like that really adds to the depth of this piece. I think that the artist has good use of line in the different plastic panels and the way the nodules have been built and placed. I think that this piece has good variety in how the lines and nodules have been arranged in place. It helps the piece to be more interesting to look at. The use of contrast in this piece between the panels that have skin versus those that do not, as well as the transparent skin versus the solid wood of the popsicle, really helps the skin to pop out when looking at the piece. I also found this piece to have good shape and rhythm. It helped the piece to look more aesthetically pleasing. I think that the artist did a good job involving the viewer with the use of both positive and negative space, in addition to how you as the viewer could walk around the piece and see the different angles and shadows being cast. I would say overall that this is a good abstract contemporary piece.